drops a bombshell as his recent podcast discussion shed new light on Sean Diddy Combs' connections to Hollywood's elite, sparking serious questions about the level of celebrity involvement in Diddy's alleged activities. Fighter Israel Adesanya and comedian Andrew Schulz, Rogan draws chilling parallels between Diddy's case and Jeffrey Epstein's, hinting at a potential network of powerful figures involved in disturbing activities.
We now represent 120 individuals who intend to bring civil claims in civil court against Sean Diddy Combs, as well as claims against many other individuals and entities that we will name as defendants.
And guess who's caught in the spotlight now?
The investigation has revealed complex relationships between Diddy and numerous Hollywood figures, with some rushing to distance themselves while others face mounting scrutiny.
So good, you're doing so good.
I just want to say, everyone will suffer. Do you remember
Ashton Kutcher's connection to Diddy dates back to the early 2000s through their shared MTV experiences, evolving into a partnership that included co-hosting extravagant parties and promoting Diddy's business ventures. Recent reports suggest these ties may have serious implications, with rumors circulating about Kutcher and his wife, Mila Kunis, considering relocation to Europe amid growing controversies.
You know, Puff Daddy, I'm an entertainer. I entertain people no matter what time of day, you know, whether you like it or not. I go all day, all night.
I will tell you that you do fantastically well.
Yes.
You know, just tremendous. You really, it takes a tough guy. Hey, it takes the brains and it takes the this,
yeah,
but it also takes a toughness.
Yeah, I go to bed like 4 o'clock.
Well, I really like you, and I would tell you if I didn't. Because, and by the way, I think at a certain point, everyone will.
Beautiful. We all human beings, and a few people were saying I was this, you know, I was this violent character. You know, just because I was breaking people's jaws and arms, and look at me, I'm like, you know, I'm just a passionate young man, and I made a mistake.
Well, Leonardo DiCaprio's relationship with Diddy traces back to 1998, marked by appearances at Diddy's infamous white parties. Despite being photographed together at various events, including Diddy's 50th birthday celebration in 2019, DiCaprio's team now claims minimal contact in recent years. This apparent distancing comes as investigations intensify into the nature of these celebrity gatherings.
It don't make sense. How you wake up butt the F naked with 2 other men in the bed with Diddy and nothing happened.
Bruce Willis's involvement has drawn particular attention due to documented attendance at controversial parties. A 2003 event at Diddy's East Hampton estate resulted in troubling reports about party activities, while 2004 photographs from a freak-off party showed concerning behavior that has since been criticized for its exploitative nature.
Hi, Ms. Pinkett. You look fantastic.
All right, good to see you. We gotta go. We're blocking traffic.
Oh, we got it. Oh, we're blocking.
I'm
sorry. What do you say about the allegations? There's like, you know, like so many rumors. Anything you want to say? We suing.
Will Smith's long-standing friendship with Diddy, dating back to the late 1990s, is now being re-examined. Reports suggest their relationship hit a rough patch when Diddy suspected Smith and Jada Pinkett Smith of making advances toward his then-girlfriend, Jennifer Lopez. Former security member Gene Deal even described an incident where Diddy threatened a physical confrontation over these alleged advances.
He was larger than life, but at first I didn't like him at all. You know, I didn't. I thought he was like, you know, ick. I didn't like him because, you know, Sean and I were very different that way. Why you have attention? They're simple questions.
It's hard. It requires so much trust.
And while Jennifer was upstairs, he was down there getting the fellatio from her.
Did she ever find out?
She know now.
Russell Brand's connection with Diddy began in 2010 during the filming of Get Him to the Greek, where their relationship reportedly grew into a mentor-mentee bond. The film itself is under new scrutiny for a scene where Diddy's character is involved in trafficking a woman. Brand later described Diddy as an intense personality, someone whose influence made it hard to refuse requests. A description that takes on a darker meaning in light of the current allegations.
The violation I have experienced during the assault has had lasting effects on my body, causing ongoing health problems and complications. The combination of physical and emotional pain has created a cycle of suffering from which it is so hard to break free. I want to continue on this journey towards recovery and healing. I'm glad that he is locked up, but that's a temporary feeling of relief.
Russell Brand's ties to Diddy are gaining more attention as he faces his own legal troubles. A woman from the film Arthur has filed a lawsuit against Brand, alleging inappropriate behavior and abuse of power on set. These accusations, alongside those against Diddy, point to potential patterns of misconduct within Hollywood's power circles, with multiple women coming forward with claims against Brand dating back 2 decades.
Can I ask you about this? Because people be asking me about it. These Hollywood parties. Marlon, you been to the Hollywood parties. What's going on at these Hollywood parties?
I left early.
Because people think that.
I've been to plenty Diddy parties. I left early. I swear to you, I've never seen
the stuff that they claim to be going on.
I never seen it. I never, those aren't the type of parties that I go to. I don't frequent those type of parties. And even if I go, like I said, I've never seen any of this. I'm like, when I hear about it, when did that happen? Yes. At what time did this go down? Because I was there till 3:30. You mean 3:32? So they waited for me to leave? Like, all right, good. That Wayans nigga's gone. He talked too much.
Meanwhile, Marlon Wayans has chosen to defend Diddy, even as evidence mounts. In a conversation with Shannon Sharp on Club Shay Shay, Wayans admitted to attending many of Diddy's parties, but insisted he left early and never saw any misconduct. Though social media users have resurfaced old tweets praising these events, Wayans stands firm, refusing to delete his posts and claiming he only ever felt good vibes at these gatherings. The connections between Diddy and other famous people are getting a lot of attention as his trial gets closer. Diddy's lawyer, Mark Giragos, says Diddy is ready to speak in court, which could mean other celebrities might get involved. His lawyer seems to be using Diddy's words to show how other people might be connected to the events.
Our team has had at this point more than 3,285 individuals contact us, with people claiming to have been victimized by Sean Combs. After vetting, we now represent 120 individuals who intend to bring civil claims in civil court against Sean Diddy Combs, as well as claims against many other individuals and entities that we will name as defendants as we file these individual cases. And you should know, to the extent the clients feel comfortable, we also intend to make these individuals available to the authorities, specifically to the FBI. And you should also know a few of them have already been spoken to by the FBI. Now, before we discuss the nature of the claims and claimants themselves, let me comment on the large volume of calls we have received since our first announcement.
Another lawyer, Tony Busby, who is helping over 120 people who say they were hurt, wants to go after Diddy and any other famous people who may have helped or joined in. Busby's team has sent letters to some celebrities, giving them a chance to settle things quietly before their names go public. This means the trial might not just be about Diddy. Other big names in Hollywood could be involved too. Investigators found that the parties Diddy hosted were very planned out. Prosecutors say staff arranged everything, including booking hotel rooms, having certain supplies, and even providing IV fluids afterward, which shows this was all carefully organized. This has people asking who else might have known about these events.
Chicago. Alright, this way. Right here. The big K, the little K's. The big K and the little K's.
Bro, that's different. Nah, I like it. Nah, I got it. I see you.
I get it.
Now many celebrities who knew Diddy are taking steps to protect themselves. Some are paying settlements quietly so they aren't named in the lawsuits. Even places like Mel's Drive-In have taken down photos of Diddy, showing that the industry is starting to move away from him. The investigation is now looking at big companies, not just individual celebrities, that may have helped Diddy's activities. Hotels, banks, and pharmaceutical companies are being questioned about their possible roles in allowing or hiding these incidents. Lawyer Tony Busby says these companies might have chosen to keep profitable partnerships instead of acting responsibly, giving spaces and resources that made the misconduct possible.
It's really tough stuff to kind of talk about and tough to read. But when you also look at what else was seized from the properties at that time, not just video evidence, but firearms, narcotics, 1,000 bottles of baby oil.
Yeah,
it's bizarre.
Luxury hotels in cities like New York, Miami, and Los Angeles are accused of ignoring strange activities and using their staff and resources to keep things quiet. Banks are being checked for handling suspicious payments linked to the alleged actions. And pharmaceutical companies are being investigated for supplying substances found during federal searches on Diddy's properties.
Well, look at my mantras real quick. Be kind. Be that one nigga. Be fair like let's call it. More. Yeah, more. Let's go.
The case has drawn particular attention to Diddy's connections with major music industry figures. His relationships with artists like Jay-Z, Beyonce, Drake, and Rihanna have come under renewed scrutiny. Jay-Z's connection proves especially significant dating back to the early 2000s with numerous collaborations and joint appearances. Their relationship extended from music projects to business ventures and philanthropic initiatives through Jay-Z's Rock Nation and Diddy's Bad Boy Entertainment.
They just, so you have, if you don't have what they need, they're gonna leave.
Right.
Gotta keep them there.
Right.
You need locks on the doors.
Okay, this is sounding kind of dangerous now.
It's a little kinky, but
yeah.
Broccoli, but just check it out. You need a lot of heat. A lot of heat. Yeah.
Heat. You mean that physically the place has to be hot?
You don't have no air conditioning.
No air conditioning.
No.
Why is that?
Heat affects the alcohol, and it also affects, everybody gets a little bit more comfortable and loose. Builds up a nice little sweat.
Recent developments suggest Jay-Z may be called to testify, potentially creating a dramatic turning point in the case. Their long history includes intimate gatherings, from Caribbean vacations to exclusive dinner parties at Jay-Z's Los Angeles home. These private interactions have raised questions about knowledge of alleged activities within their social circle. The media coverage has intensified as more details emerge about celebrity involvement. Diddy's legal team has requested gag orders, arguing that unchecked reporting could prejudice the jury pool. However, the prosecution continues releasing evidence to maintain public pressure. creating a complex battle in both legal and public opinion arenas. The case's implications for Hollywood continue expanding. Some celebrities face evidence of direct involvement in controversial events, while others may have witnessed misconduct without taking action. The prosecution's aggressive approach suggests they're prepared to pursue all angles, potentially forcing Hollywood to address systemic. Rogan's podcast discussions with Israel Adesanya highlighted how this case differs from Epstein's. Unlike Epstein, who took secrets to his grave, Diddy's potential testimony could expose extensive networks within entertainment. This possibility has created panic among some Hollywood figures who attended his events or maintained close associations.
Now to the growing problems for Sean Diddy Combs. Yesterday, we told you how federal agents searched 2 of his properties as part of an investigation into alleged sex and drug trafficking. Today, an updated civil lawsuit makes similar allegations.
The investigation has revealed sophisticated methods of maintaining silence, including financial payments, NDAs, and implicit threats. Corporate partners began distancing themselves after federal raids, suggesting preparation for potential fallout. This mirrors patterns seen in other high-profile cases, where allegations led to rapid corporate exodus. Legal experts suggest this case could mark a turning point for Hollywood accountability. If Diddy's testimony implicates other celebrities or exposes systemic issues, it could trigger a wave of similar cases. The prosecution's focus on both individual and corporate enablers indicates a comprehensive approach to addressing industry-wide problems. The entertainment industry could be headed for a big shakeup as this case continues. With more than 120 people involved in the class action lawsuit, the many accusations suggest deep problems within celebrity circles. The prosecution is going after not only those directly involved, but also those who may have helped, which could change how the industry deals with misconduct allegations in the future. As the trial approaches, questions remain about how many Hollywood figures will be implicated and what evidence might emerge. The case has already prompted some celebrities to consider career changes or relocations, while others maintain careful silence. This reaction suggests widespread concern about potential revelations and their implications for the industry's power structure. The investigation keeps uncovering new details about life in these elite circles, making people question who might have been involved or responsible. As more evidence from federal raids and victim stories comes to light, it looks like this case could reveal hidden parts of Hollywood's social rules and power connections. These changes show a big shift in how the entertainment industry deals with abuse claims, possibly bringing an end to years of protection for powerful people. The case shows how influence and money created systems of silence, but also how these systems can start to fall apart when victims find the courage to speak up. Properties yielded disturbing evidence that has become central to the prosecution's case. Court documents reveal the seizure of over 1,000 bottles of lubricants and baby oil. Items prosecutors say were used in what they term freak-offs, elaborate sexual performances that Combs allegedly arranged, directed, and recorded. These recordings, many made without consent, according to prosecutors, show victims engaging with sex workers in scenarios Diddy orchestrated and often masturbated during.
Now, what they're looking for, because it was going on the premises of sex trafficking, they're looking for pictures of girls that may appear to be underage.
The investigation has uncovered a complex network where Diddy and his associates allegedly arranged for the transportation of sex workers across state lines and even internationally. According to prosecutors, Diddy administered controlled substances to victims, frequently without their knowledge, as a means of maintaining control and compliance. After these encounters, victims received IV fluids to recover from physical exhaustion and drug use, a detail that appears repeatedly in victim testimonies and civil lawsuits.
It don't make sense. How you wake up butt the F naked with 2 other men in the bed with Diddy and nothing happened.
Hello, everyone. Until further notice, I will not be performing at any gigs or anything like that. For security reasons, my family, friends, and everyone close to me just feels like there's a lot of potential threats, and everybody's just telling me what he's allegedly capable of.
Lil Rod, you gotta say no to Diddy sometimes.
Producer Rodney Lil Rod Jones's lawsuit has emerged as a crucial source of evidence. Working with Diddy on his Love album starting in 2022, Jones alleges months of abuse and claims to possess hundreds of hours of footage and audio recordings, showing Diddy, his staff, and guests engaging in illegal activities. Jones's lawsuit also implicates high-profile figures, including Cuba Gooding Jr., who allegedly made unwanted advances toward Jones on Diddy's yacht.
I think Lil Rod was trying to save face on certain things, that he had somewhat of a relationship, or he was doing some things with Diddy that he didn't want to really come out in that front.
Rod said, "It's been very, very tough because of this lawsuit. Most people don't want to come near working with me for whatever reasons, whether they've been in partnership with Puff or they want to just sit back and see what happens. He's a gatekeeper in the music industry. In this industry, to be successful, you have to have worked with someone like him or Jay-Z, Dr. Dre, Kanye, or 50 Cent. So many people I've worked with have had business deals with him. I reached out to try to get a deal for my album, and people don't want to get involved."
He was larger than life, but at first I didn't like him at all. You know, I didn't. I thought he was like, you know, ick. I didn't like him because, you know, Sean and I were very different that way.
Why are you on the defensive? That's a simple question.
It's hard. It requires so much trust.
And while Jennifer was upstairs, he was down there getting a fellatio from her.
Did she ever find out?
She know now.
The investigation has cast new light on Jennifer Lopez's relationship with Diddy from 1999 to 2001. Their romance coincided with significant controversies, including the infamous 1999 nightclub shooting that led to both their arrests. While Lopez's charges were dropped, recent allegations suggest she may have played a more complex role than previously known. Lil Rod's lawsuit specifically mentions Lopez in establishing Diddy's history, alleging she transported illegal firearms into nightclubs at his request.
Hey, what are we doing tonight, baby?
We're making desserts for our bonfire tomorrow.
Okay.
Because, yeah, and like everyone that was invited has to bring something, and then our thing that we had to bring was dessert, and then like everyone else, they bring like food and drink.
Mm-hmm.
And like, yeah.
Whip that, whip it, whip it, whip it.
You know,
Do you like it, Prince?
Yep, I do. And like drop it in the like,
Chance! Look at everybody, Chance is back.
The greatest stuff.
You want a real egg? I'm gonna give you a real egg, baby. So let me show you how. Want to see how what the fuck does it? Look, I can crack it with one hand. Look.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got an egg, baby. Let's go.
He's lit now. Right? Oh, that's it.
As investigations deepen, Eva Combs's story has gained new significance. Initially presented as an adoption success story, investigations reveal Diddy never legally adopted Eva. Sources indicate her parents were friends with Kim Porter, Diddy's late ex-partner, raising questions about the nature of her incorporation into the Combs household. Eva's recent revelations about life in the Combs home, describing strict control and monitoring of children's personal lives, align with patterns described in other accusations against Diddy.
The violation I have experienced during the assault has had lasting effects on my body, causing ongoing health problems and complications. The combination of physical and emotional pain has created a cycle of suffering from which it is so hard to break free. I want to continue on this journey towards recovery and healing. I am glad that he is locked up, but that's a temporary feeling of relief.
The most recent wave of civil lawsuits includes particularly disturbing allegations involving a then 13-year-old victim at a VMA afterparty in 2000. The complaint details how the minor gained access through a limousine driver who allegedly worked for Diddy, telling her Diddy liked younger girls. The lawsuit describes a horrific assault involving Diddy and 2 unnamed celebrities, adding to questions about who else might have been involved in these alleged activities.
They just, you know, so you have, if you don't have what they need, they're gonna leave.
Right.
Got to keep them there.
Right.
You need locks on the doors.
Okay, this is sounding kind of dangerous now.
It's a little kinky, but
yeah,
rock with me. But just check it out. You need a lot of heat. A lot of heat. Yeah.
Heat. You mean that physically the place has to be hot?
You don't have no air conditioning.
No air conditioning.
No.
Why is that?
Heat affects the alcohol, and it also affects, like, you know, everybody gets a little bit more comfortable and loose. Builds up a nice little sweat.
Federal investigators are closely examining Diddy's inner circle, focusing specifically on Christina Coram, his chief of staff. Court documents suggest she played a role similar to Ghislaine Maxwell, allegedly arranging for sex workers and distributing controlled substances, such as ecstasy, cocaine, GHB, ketamine, marijuana, and mushrooms, at Diddy's properties and on his rented yacht. The investigation points to a complex network that enabled these activities across various locations. The case has led to a broad re-examination of industry practices and power dynamics, with former associates describing a culture of silence upheld through intimidation and financial leverage. The federal indictment highlights how top supervisors, security staff, and household employees allegedly supported these activities by booking hotel rooms, stocking supplies, arranging travel for victims and sex workers, and even coordinating IV fluid deliveries.
You know, I think there was a lot of fallout against Cassie herself, right? When all of this initially occurred, people were very quick to call her a gold digger or looking for money or looking for opportunity. But the reality is that she was a victim.
Cassie Ventura's lawsuit, filed last November under the New York Survivor Act, proved pivotal in breaking the wall of silence. Though settled just 1 day after filing, its public release revealed allegations of years of abuse, beginning when she was 19 and Diddy was 37. Ventura described savage beatings, forced drug use, and being made to engage with sex workers. Her lawsuit also detailed being forced to carry Diddy's gun, echoing similar allegations about Jennifer Lopez's experiences.
My behavior on that video is inexcusable. I take full responsibility for my actions in that video. I'm disgusted. I was disgusted then when I did it. I'm disgusted now.
The investigation has expanded to examine Diddy's business practices and financial arrangements. Corporate partners have begun distancing themselves, forcing asset sales and partnership dissolutions. This mirrors patterns seen in other high-profile cases where allegations led to rapid corporate exodus and financial consequences. The investigation suggests these business relationships may have helped maintain silence around alleged criminal activities.
It's really tough stuff to kind of talk about and tough to read. But when you also look at what else was seized from the properties at that time, not just video evidence, but firearms, narcotics, 1,000 bottles of baby oil.
Yeah,
it's bizarre.
Video evidence from the raids reveals elaborate setups for alleged freak-offs, with events planned down to the last detail, where staff managed everything from hotel bookings to medical support. Prosecutors describe how associates stocked rooms with supplies, including controlled substances, baby oil, lubricant, extra linens, and specific lighting, while also arranging for IV fluid delivery afterward. The case has put a new focus on Diddy's family life and public image. Despite carefully crafted social media posts showing joyful family moments, investigators are now examining evidence of controlling behavior and potential exploitation of young people in his circle. Eva Combs's recent distance from the family and her openness to speak out have added credibility to other claims about life inside Diddy's world.
He didn't want Kim to deal with nobody, bruh. We would leave Jennifer's house. He would call a babysitter. If Kim was out on the town, we was going to every spot in New York City that the babysitter thought she was at. Do you hear me? Even when he wasn't dealing with her, he wanted complete control over her life.
I think Diddy knew. Obviously, we know now that he paid the hotel $50,000 to keep that video under wraps. I think Diddy knew full well that
Jennifer Lopez's recent documentary, The Greatest Love Story Never Told, has gained new significance amid these revelations. While not naming Diddy specifically, her comments about being manhandled in past relationships take on darker implications given current allegations. Industry insiders suggest Lopez possessed knowledge of Diddy's activities, but remained silent due to fear and complex power dynamics. Lopez said, "I was suffering from a lack of sleep and ended up having a kind of nervous breakdown. I froze up, not on set, but in my trailer. I was like, I don't want to move, I don't want to talk, I don't want to do anything. It happened during the movie, enough. Yeah, I had a nervous breakdown."
Now to the growing problems for Sean Diddy Combs. Yesterday, we told you how federal agents searched 2 of his properties as part of an investigation into alleged sex and drug trafficking. Today, an updated civil lawsuit makes similar allegations.
The federal case against Diddy is growing as new evidence from the raid surfaces. Investigators are particularly focused on electronic recordings that reportedly capture these incidents. The presence of multiple victims and witnesses has strengthened the prosecution's case, revealing what appears to be a pattern of behavior over decades. Law enforcement officials stress that they are acting on specific, detailed allegations, not a broad investigation. The case has uncovered complex methods allegedly used to control victims through financial manipulation and psychological pressure. Prosecutors claim Diddy used his influence and connections to silence accusers and protect his public image. The indictment suggests his operation has been active for at least 20 years, dating back to a 1999 nightclub shooting where he allegedly had others take the blame for his actions.
Alleges that, Diddy, he will grope his genitals and he will grope his anus.
My man, I didn't understand that one right now because his anus is your asshole. His genitals is his nut. So I guess he had to be naked when Puff was doing that. Where was he at? What was he doing? Because he said that they never had sex. If you read it in the thing, they never had sex. He made claims that they never had sex, but how would he grope your anus? Your asshole? How would he play with your genitals?
Yeah, it don't make sense.
It don't make sense.
Former bodyguard Gene Deal has provided troubling insights about Diddy's operations. Deal suggests recent federal raids may have uncovered documentation involving young people, including materials related to Eva Combs. This aligns with broader patterns described in various lawsuits about Diddy's interactions with young artists and individuals in his orbit.
I am strong. This happened to me. I didn't cause this. I didn't do it. This happened to me, and it can happen to anybody. There are a lot of women who've experienced what I did.
And he wants to have sex and I just want to sleep, but he says I can't say no to him. This much I owe to him. He buys my dinners, so I have to him. He's taken to forcing me down on my knees, and I'm confused because he's hurting me while he says please. And he's only a man, and these things he just needs. He's my boyfriend. So why am I filled with unease?
I was there for a sexual assault case, and this day a year ago was the day that the jury sided in my favor and said that they believed me. I guess I just think about all the people that weren't believed and the people who haven't been believed, or the people who are afraid to speak up because they think they won't be believed.
As a sexual assault survivor by someone in the entertainment industry, as a woman who is still not brave enough to say his name.
Industry veterans note parallels between Diddy's situation and other high-profile cases involving powerful entertainment figures. The investigation has prompted broader conversations about accountability and power dynamics in the music industry. The case increasingly suggests systemic problems rather than isolated incidents, leading to calls for comprehensive industry reform.
What did you say to him when you visited him in court? Is he doing well? You guys have any comment going into court?
How's your father?
How's he doing?
How's your father?
Anything you want to say to the press while we're going inside?
No.
How's he doing?
As the investigation continues, more associates are coming forward with their experiences. The combined accounts suggest Eva's statements may be part of a larger pattern of concerning behavior hidden behind Diddy's carefully maintained public image. The situation highlights how fame, family, and power intersected in ways that potentially enabled years of exploitation. The impact on Diddy's children, especially those still at home, is a serious concern. Eva's statements have shed light on the experiences of other young people around Diddy, sparking calls for more oversight on how powerful figures interact with minors. The ongoing investigation continues to expose new details about life within Diddy's world, raising questions about who was aware of these situations and when. These revelations represent a turning point in how the entertainment industry addresses abuse allegations. The case underscores how power and influence can create systems of silence and compliance, but it also shows how these systems can begin to fall apart when victims find the courage to speak up. As investigations progress, more may be uncovered about what really went on within Diddy's empire.
My name's Ava. I'm a Scorpio.
No. What's your last name?
Oh, Ava Combs.
What's your other last name?
Ava Baroni.
Eva Baroni Combs? Yes, it's breaking news. Diddy adopted a white child. I want you to tell them the story about how I adopted you. But you still have beautiful parents but you're my child also. But please tell the story.
So, I was on the streets, and then Papa Combs decided that he would like to be a caring man. So then he saw me.
Diddy Combs' public image is facing big problems after Diddy's daughter drops bombshell details, sending shockwaves through the music industry. At just 17, Eva Combs speaks out, exposing what life was like inside the Combs family. Her revelations are sparking serious questions about Diddy's private life and parenting.
Dinner tonight with my 3 sous chefs.
Can I just
Tell me what we're making, girls.
chicken wings and salad and spaghetti.
Yeah. What am I making?
Just spaghetti.
What are y'all making?
Wings.
Y'all know how to clean?
It's like
Y'all know how to clean the chicken?
Yeah, with cold water. Come on, Daddy, put gloves on.
Cleaning that chicken?
Wait.
You want me to clean the chicken with you, baby?
Wait, give me hot water?
Hot water or cold water? Cold water, girl. You gotta clean the chicken like it's dirty. Like real dirty. Now you gotta like really get in there. Get all that out. You know, take that salt. Take that salt. That's like exfoliate. You see? I'm exfoliating the chicken.
So all those are clean, right?
We're gonna check. We're gonna clean it twice, just to make sure.
No, you can't